The ongoing protests have been linked to an anti-Islam film produced in the United States. President Obama says the U.S. would, quote, stand fast against attacks on U.S. embassies around the world. But our next guest says that the situation is far more complex than just anger over the film. He says there are other factors playing into the violence, including forces trying to take advantage of the changing political face of the Middle East and to divide the move toward democracy. So joining us is Rami Khouri. He is Public Policy Institute Director for the American University of Beirut in Lebanon. He is also Senior Fellow at Harvard University and columnist for Beirut's Daily Star newspaper. It's great to have you with us. Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
So what is this really about, if not about this video?
Well, the video is the spark that set people's emotions off and took them to the streets and carrying out mostly peaceful demonstrations with some violent ones here and there. But really there's 3 or 4 things happening together, and it's really, people should not try to find one explanation for this. You have the movie triggering people's great anger about what's going on. And it's important for Americans especially to understand that religion in Islamic countries has a much, much bigger role in people's lives than it does in many Western democracies. Therefore, an insult to the Prophet is really huge and triggers these reactions. But you have also a small group of Al-Qaeda type Salafi militant terrorists, and they're the ones who attacked the consulate in Benghazi, and they've been doing their deed for the last 10, 15 years, since Afghanistan and Iraq and now around the world. So you've got that movement going. You've got mainstream Islamist groups like Muslim Brotherhood groups in Egypt and other places who are competing for a new place in the political arena that's evolving in these countries that are democratizing. And you have old pent-up grievances, mostly against the United States' foreign policy, but also against other Western countries. So you've got 3 or 4 things coming together in an environment, in the Arab countries especially, where there are evolving political conditions and people are competing to get public opinion. So all 4 of these things come together, and that's how I think we should best understand this.
Quickly, is this a subset sort of the Arab world that's doing this, or is this a really broad-based thing?
Well, what's interesting is you've got these demonstrations all over the Islamic world, Indonesia, Nigeria, Bangladesh, so it's not an Arab issue. The movie triggers anger and rage among Muslims across the Islamic world. In the Arab world, you have a set of political grievances against the U.S., against Israel, against Europe and others, and these are coming into play a little bit now. And there's also a deep competition going on now within political Islam or Islamicized political groups. The Muslim Brotherhood is the mainstream group that is engaged in politics and has won elections in Tunis and Egypt and other places. And then you have these Salafis who probably get about 15–20% of the vote. They're now engaged in politics, peaceful politics. And you have these small little militant Qaeda cult-like terrorists. So there's these 3 groups within the Islamic political realm who are competing for public power and allegiance.
Rami Khouri, thank you.